Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking graphic novel review. Last time we did a little Justice League, and today we are doing some more Dark Knight's Death Metal. I got this book when the day it came out. I pre-ordered it. Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Darkest Night. Yes, I already reviewed the main Death Metal book. You can check that out, but now we're reviewing the second one to drop, Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Darkest Night. Pretty cool stuff. Let's read the back of the book real quick. The army of the Batman who laughs rises, and Earth doesn't stand a chance. The DC Universe has become engulfed by the dark multiverse, where demons dwell and reality is overrun by monstrous versions of the Dark Knight, all ruled by the Batman who laughs. As Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, and other heroes fight to survive in this strange new landscape, one cloaked figure has been observing from the sidelines, creating a guidebook to this new world and its evil leaders in the hope of forming a plan of justice and penance. Meanwhile, the heroes have split up on separate missions to take back the Earth. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman launch a head-on assault on Castle Bat. The Flashes are in a race to the death with the Darkest Night, and the Green Lanterns try to save the heroes of the dying multiverse. Featuring stories from a who's who of today's top creators like Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, Joshua Williamson, Francis Manapul, Tony S. Daniel, and Doug Mank. Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Darkest Night, is filled to the brim with head-banging action. Collects tales from Dark Knight's Death Metal, Legends of the Dark Knights #1, Dark Knight's Death Metal Guidebook #1, Dark Knight's Death Metal Trinity Crisis #1, Dark Knight's Death Metal Speed Metal #1, and Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverse's End #1. The collection also features a host of behind-the-scenes materials from the creation of these issues. Those are always fun to see in books. Yeah, so we actually do have a pretty cool book in here. The next one in the series is The Multiverse Who Laughs, which at the time of recording this is not out. But when it comes out, I'll review it eventually. So yeah, this book was pretty cool. Lots of the side issues to help you really understand the full event. The first issue is about the Darkest Night and his origin. A lot of it is just recap. It's stuff we already know. So the Batman Who Laughs brain gets put into Dr. Bat-Hatton's body, the Dr. Manhattan, Bruce Wayne. But we do kind of figure out that he was actually manipulated into becoming a Dr. Manhattan-esque figure by the Batman Who Laughs, who lobotomized him to steal his body. You know, we also get a recap of the origin of the Batman Who Laughs, and etc. He talks about how Batman is a reactionary idea, and his plans for the multiverse, which is fun. We also get the origin of the Robin King. The Robin King is a little psychopath. Like, I thought that before reading this origin. And, wow, he is a little monster. And he's not actually... He is a Bruce Wayne, which is very interesting. He's a little psychopathic Bruce Wayne, who's been a little violent psycho since birth. Not only did he kill Joe Chill when Chill robbed them in the alley, but he took Joe Chill's gun and killed both his parents. Then he killed Jim Gordon. He killed Alfred. And then he just went across his universe, just killing everyone he could. Just an absolutely insane version of Bruce Wayne. Super dope. I would read a book about him killing his universe. Robin King kills the DC Universe, Deadpool style. I'd read that. Also, if you want to check out my review of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, you know, it's in the playlist. We also get a story of the B-Rex, which is the Batman T-Rex when he transfers his consciousness into the T-Rex robot in his cave as the cave collapses on him. And then he just goes to Arkham and eats all the inmates. We get an origin for Castle Bat. Castle Bat is actually Gotham City possessed by the spirit of Batman. And we see how he got to that. He, sacrifices... An old man, Bruce, sacrifices his son in a devil ritual to become Gotham. We see one about a Batman who put his consciousness in a bunch of machines to kind of become a dictator. And the machines are all destroyed in an uprising except for one monster truck. and Batman himself is killed, so the Batman of that world is literally a monster truck. There's one where Batman tries to de-age himself and accidentally makes himself a baby. That one's a bit more comedic. We also have one with a character making a guidebook, kind of recapping a lot of the stuff that happens, and then showing us stuff we didn't see, like the Dark Knights taking over the planet, stuff we didn't actually see in the Scott Snyder Justice League run, you know? And it actually turns out to be Lex Luthor making this guidebook, and he hires Lobo to go get the medals and says he needs to free, you know, his Legion of Doom from Perpetua. We see the metal Harley Quinn roaming the desert, and like a mutant Boomerang and some like mutants from The Dark Knight Returns, but they're like actually mutated mutants. And then she rides a mutant hyena around, which is just kick ass. Aquaman fights this spirit of the deep while trying to rebel against the Batman Who Laughs and Batphomet, which is like a Cthulhu Batman, but he does end up failing. We see Poison Ivy try to escape Sotaris, but it doesn't work out so well for her, and she's kind of moved by Wonder Woman's kindness. We see our Black Lantern Batman resurrect resurrect some people, including a cowboy. Jonah Hex is what I was trying to get to. Sorry, I was gassy, had to let that out. They fight a Joker Dragon and go to do all this stuff. And then we see where the big three crises, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Infinite Crisis, and the Final Crisis, are being continually made in like the Dark Multiverse so that their crisis energy can power Perpetua. And we also find out that she has instigated every single crisis and basically every single continuity change in an attempt to free herself, which is very interesting. Swamp Thing brings all the green into himself and risks the complete destruction of all plant life to get them into Castle Bat. Jarro helps too. Everybody loves Jarro. Jarro is best boy. They fight Robin King, which was just awesome. Jonah Hex dies again. He had this fun thing going with Harley. Not romantic, but very interesting. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman go to the three worlds where the crises were won by the opposing team. We see all the speedsters racing away from the Batman Who Laughs and his army of dark flashes. That one was really good. I'm so happy that Wally West is like the main Flash now. I remember because in Infinite Frontier they were just like, Barry's gonna go explore the multiverse and Wally West is gonna be the main Flash of the DC universe. And that makes me happy because he's the Flash I grew up with. I feel like he's easier to identify with than Barry. Barry's not hard to identify with. I want to throw that out there. You can identify with Barry pretty easily, but Wally even easier. Also, Wally's my age, which makes it like even easier. We also get all our old speedsters back from pre-New 52 continuity, finally. You get to see a lot of Captain Carrot, like John Stewart and Owlman are talking, and Owlman eventually, because he's from one of the evil Earths that Perpetua decided to keep around for now, and Owlman does betray her. And we also get to see that baby Batman again, and he leads a rainbow corps of dark Batmen, a bunch of Batmen with different colored lantern rings. Oh my god, he's so weird. He's like a little cartoony. He's actually pretty funny. And then there's these great lines in there, and Owlman's like, I'm immortal. Every time the universe comes back, I come back, because I'm such a great idea. You're a baby Batman with the rainbow cord. That's a stupid idea. No one will remember you. And I was like, some great meta lines there. That was fun stuff. You know, I like meta stuff like that as long as it's not too overdone, like Rick and Morty Season 4. But yeah, those crisis worlds end up being destroyed, which depowers Perpetua a lot. Got a lot of guidebook stuff in the back, as well as some behind the scenes. It was a very, very interesting book. Varying art, all of very high quality. Same with the writing. I don't think there was anything that was poorly written in here. A lot of it was kind of redundant. The first couple issues in this book, a lot of it's just recap, but then it does get into some pretty great stuff. Honestly, this is worth it just for the Robin King, to be completely honest. But you could always get that as a single issue as well. But honestly, if you're going to read Dark Knight's Death Metal, this is a must-have book. As always, I recommend when you're reading events and trades and you can't read all the single issues in the order they come out without picking up a book, putting it down, picking up a different book, picking up the old same book again, which can be very tedious and aggravating. I do recommend reading the main event first and then filling in the blanks with the other books. I think that makes it easier to understand. But once again, everyone, that is it for Dark Nights Death Metal, The Darkest Night. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Got a lot of stuff on the way. I'm reading Ditko's Gorgo, Scott Snyder Batman Volume 6. I already reviewed the first book in the Jupiter's Legacy thing with Jupiter's Circle and Jupiter's Legacy. I have read the other 3. I will be reviewing them as well. Hopefully we'll get a Volume 5 one of these days. Monsters Unleashed Prelude is something I'm currently reading. And I need to review Batman and Robin Volume 2, Batman vs. Robin. I got a lot of stuff to do. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time.